and welcome to the channel. Apologies on the sound, as this is a bit of a off the cuff video I wasn't expecting to do, and it's just we're actually in an understairs cupboard. As you can see, there's a piece of door trim missing because some shelves on the wall that have been removed and there wasn't a piece of trim there. So if you look around here, I've managed to find a piece of trim of the same profile. That's an original one there, and this is a reproduction which is pretty close. I would normally replace all the trim if I was going to do one piece, but with it being under the stairs, I don't think it really warrants it. So yeah, I'll just show you the tools that we're going to use to do it. So all very basic hand tools, just with it being one piece of wood. We've got a tape measuring pencil for marking out. It's not a joiner's pencil, but there you go. These are nail punches, slightly different than a centre punch, as if you were to have a look in the end, rather than it being a point, they are, let's try and focus, they are recessed in, so the head of the nail fits in it, so you can countersink them. I've got a small spirit level or bolt level just to tap the top of the door frame, a hammer, a saw, which I'll also be using one of the features of the, let's see if you can see that, the 45-degree miter cut, as you can see there. So we will use that as our guide for marking the top of the door prior to cutting. And as you can see, we've got a brown paper bag, a couple of finishing nails in there because I've purchased them from our local DIY shop, supporting the local community. So I'll just show you what we're doing, as there is a bit of decorating and restoration of the original doors. First thing we'll do is we'll just get the little bolt level and we'll drop it on top of the door frame just to see if we're about level, so we've not got to take anything off and compensate. And as you can hopefully see, it's about where it should be within tolerance. So I won't be adjusting anything else, I will just be cutting this piece of trim to put down the side. So yeah, I'll just pause this and put it on a tripod. So hopefully I've got both hands so you can see what I'm doing. Right, I know this might be not the best angle, but it's what we've got to work with. Things are a bit cramped under there. So a lot of people, when they're doing a job like this, will be tempted just to get the piece of trim, sort of marry it up to where it needs to be, take a rough mark and transfer it across. The problem is, as you can see, we've got quite a bit of a gap if you look at the side, and when you try to marry up, you're going too far. You'll never get within quarter of an inch of where it needs to be. What you need to do, use a tape measure. Nice and simple. Put the tape measure under the bottom or level of the bottom of the door frame. Drag it right the way up. And then just on the very bottom of the architrave, just have a look where it marries up. 1920. And then we'll transfer our measurement onto our piece of trim. Easiest way of doing it, more accurate, and yeah, you'll always get it right. I'll just pause things again just so we can put the mark on it. Like I say, I'm fighting for space under here. I don't know if you can see, but I've just put the mark on the edge of the wood, and then what I've done is I've just flipped it round with the angle so I know which way the miter's got to go, just for the trim. So what I'm going to do, grab the saw, as we said before, it's got a guide for cutting at 45 degrees. If you wanted to cut at 90 degrees or a straight line, if you put that edge of the saw tight up against the wood, you will be able to cut at 90 degrees. We're marking at 45, so we'll just rotate it around. slide it so that we come in line, which is there on this, and I'll just go and pop a line on at that. 1 second. So, as simple as that, 45 degrees, no specialist tools, working with what you got. Makes it easier to cut in a straight line if you mark 90 degrees down there, sorry, down there, so you can follow it. And then if we were to use the saw so we know we get it straight, follow that up to the edge. Let me just make sure it's right. There we go, and then I'll mark a line. There we go. Don't know if you can see that now, but we've got all 3 sides marked, so we're able to saw straight. So I'm going to do a video on sawing straight, because it's quite vital to be able to do your bits of jobs being able to saw. I will just cut this off nice and quick and we'll go from there. So we've just sawn it as you've seen. Let's have a look. Just push it in, keep it flush, and away. There we go. We're not getting much better fit than that, really, are we? Old and new put together, standard panel saw. I'm quite happy with that. A little bit of decorator's filler in when it's nailed in place, which we'll do next. Just show you a little trick with that, but that's not too bad going, that. Right. Like you say, fits nice right the way down that. Lovely. You have a look at the width of this wood here. We need to sort of move that measurement across. So with this piece of wood, it's got like a flat and then the ridge. And if we were to sort of just measure it up edge to edge, we can see that it will be roughly the width. So if we aim to put the nails in the middle of, say, round about there where that dot is, so it's not on the thin part of the wood that's liable to split, but we're still going to be right in the middle of where we need to be. If we have a look at that, let's move that. Yeah, that'll do nicely, that. I'll put a couple of nails in there and we'll go from there. Right, so what I've done now is I've just started some nails, shall we say. Top, middle and bottom, and one in the middle of each. Just tapped them through, just so the point's starting to come out the back, just so we're not knocking and banging into the door frame. I don't know if you can see them. So literally gonna offer it up where it needs to be and then tap the nails in. I'm not gonna tap them all the way in, I'm just gonna start all of them and just leave them sticking out by about a finger's width. So if we do need any adjustment at any point, we can pull the nails out. I don't think we'll need to, but I'll just yeah, I'll show you that. I'll knock them in now and we'll go from there. As you can see, they've been tapped in, just as I've said, about a finger's width. If they ever need taking out, they can. We'll just tap it a little bit closer, but we don't want it where the hammer's going to come into contact with the wood because it will mark it. So what we'll do, gentle taps, as you can see, it's just stuck out a little bit. Get the nail punch, that'll sit nicely in the head, and just give it a couple of taps. Right. So, I don't know if you can see that, very slightly just below the surface with a punch. We'll put a little bit of decorator's filler in that, and you'll never know. I'll just finish the others off, and I hope this video's helped you. If you have liked it, please do give me a thumbs up. Leave a couple of comments in the box with your feedback, and if you'd like to see more videos, please do hit the subscribe button. There you go, just so you can see. That's what we were left with, just a little bit. So I'll just drive them home. As you can see, that fits into there so it don't slip. Like I say, I hope this has helped you. Please do let me know, and I'll see you next time.